Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Community Catalyst, our podcast here at the YMCA of Greater Nashua, where I, Lynne Boyer, Executive Director of Community Impact, interview one of our community partners so that we can have the spotlight on them and see what they do for the community, as well as their partnership with the YMCA. So I will let my guest introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I am Jenn Morton. I am one of the program coordinators for End 68 Hours of Hunger here in Nashua.
Great. Thank you, Jenn. Jenn and I have known each other for a long time. I had her kids in, I think it was art class back at Prospect Street when they were really little, and they're not so little anymore. So it's always great having her join us. So Jenn, tell us about End 68 Hours of Hunger, where you are located, who you serve, and what it is that you do.
Sure. End 68 Hours of Hunger is a food program for children who face food insecurity at home. And food insecurity just means that they are unsure where their next meal might come from. So what we do is provide bags of non-perishable food in partnership with the Nashua Public School System and a few other community agencies, such as the Nashua Y and the Merrimack Y. And we provide the food bags to these community partners and schools on Thursday mornings, and they go home with the children on Thursday afternoons or Friday afternoons. And the goal is to provide about 68 hours worth of food, which is basically Friday night's dinner, 3 meals on Saturday, 3 meals on Sunday, and a couple of snacks thrown in.
Great. And where do you get your food from? Where do you have a support of that? Is there funding? Can you explain that a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So our food comes from multiple sources, all pretty much donated sources. We do have a partnership with the Manchester Food Bank, the New Hampshire Food Bank, and they provide us with food that's mostly been resourced from governments, grants, and agencies. They provide that to us at a huge discount. If we pay anything, it's a very nominal fee of about 9 to 12 cents per pound. But a lot of the things that we get from them are actually free to us to distribute to children who need food at home. We get things from them such as peanut butter and jelly and canned soups and canned vegetables. And then anything else that we are looking to provide for the children, we ask for through either donations from our supporters in the community, like actually donating the product to us. So when you're doing your grocery shopping, you just pick up a few extra items for us, and we have a donation shed at the back of the building that you can stop by and drop these things off at any time. Or we actually do food drives in front of Market Basket about 3 or 4 times a year. We just ask people to add things to their cart and donate them back to us on their way out of the store. And we also ask for monetary donations that help us purchase food in large quantities from the cheapest grocery stores we can get to in town, which are Aldi, Market Basket, and Walmart. So we do sometimes really big pickups from there. We actually have an order of 1,200 cans of fruit coming this week. So
That's great. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I first heard about the organization when we had our program at the Hudson School District, because I think at that time you partnered with them as well. And it's just such a wonderful organization that provides such a great service for kids, because oftentimes, like you said, they don't know where their next meal is coming from, but that can often be in school. So to provide meals for the times that they're out of school it's so important. So thank you for that work. So what do you guys have going on right now that's really exciting, if anything?
sure. So believe it or not, we're already gearing up for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's gonna be right around the corner, basically. So we try to provide some of the staples. We don't provide the turkeys, but there are other agencies in town that give away frozen turkeys to families in need. So I would encourage any family to reach out to the Salvation Army or the Nashua Soup Kitchen and let them know that you're in need of food for Thanksgiving. But we provide a lot of the like side dish kind of extras. So stuffing, canned fruit, canned vegetables, different things that would help like enhance that vacation, that Thanksgiving vacation week meal, and also that break because the kids are out of school for a longer period of time. We provide 68 hours of meals every weekend. But when they are off on that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they won't have access to free breakfast and lunch at school. So we provide larger bags that will carry them through that time. So we're going to do tortillas and rice and beans and peanut butter and jelly. Those kind of staples are things that we try to give away when we know the kids will be out for a while and they'll need a little extra food at home.
Yeah, that's great. And if there's one thing that you wanted our audience to know about in 68 Hours of Hunger, what would that be?
I think that would be that hunger is oftentimes an invisible problem in our community. Anyone who knows about the Nashua Public School System knows that there are multiple schools. There's 12 public elementary schools plus charter schools. There's 3 middle schools. There's 2 high schools. There's a lot of children to cover in the district. And we provide our bags at 17 different locations throughout Nashua. The schools, like I said, the why we are in a partnership with the Nashua Public Library has our bags. Any family can go to the library and let them know that they are hungry and in need of a food bag, and no questions asked. You don't need a library card. You don't need any form of ID. You're just given a food bag. So I think there's more food insecurity in the community than many people know about. It's not always the people who you think it is. Oftentimes, a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck, and one unexpected medical bill or one issue with a car will send our budget down to a point where we're going to have trouble buying food. So that's when we come in to help support. We don't want to see anyone hungry in our community. And there's a huge crew of volunteers here that help meet the needs and get the bags out the door every week.
Yeah, that's great. Well, again, thank you for everything that you do. If someone wanted to donate or give food or volunteer, would they just head over to your website?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. It's end68hoursofhunger.org. And then in the top right hand of the page, there's a Find Your Community. And End 68 Hours of Hunger did start locally here in New Hampshire, but it has spread around the country. So there's, I think, 30 something programs based right here in New Hampshire. And then there's an additional 10 to 12 in other places. So just find the community closest to you. There are more than just Nashua. There's a Hollis Brookline chapter. There's Milford chapter. So whatever is closest to you. And then on that page of your community, we have a link to our Amazon wish list, which people sometimes just purchase and send donations right to us that way. There's a way to give donations, financial donations, and there's a way to volunteer with us. We pack our bags every Wednesday night. So we're getting ready to do that tonight.
Great. Excellent. I know we volunteered with you before. Awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you, Jenn, for joining us. And thank you to our audience here at Community Catalyst. And we will see you next time.
Bye. Thank